Hello. I'm making this video for Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon, my most favorite marketplace, where I buy everything. So anyway, I just wanted to say in this video, I'm talking to my tablet, which is my therapist. I woke up with really disturbing dreams, dreaming about this world that we live in, full of coldness, cold people, disturbed people, people who are living a lie and total denial and all of this. And out of this denial comes this coldness. And someone like me, who's highly sensitive, cannot stand living around people who are ice cold, where you have to tippy toe around them, or they throw their icicles at you. So I have been researching Jeff Bezos and other stellar people in the world and I also like to look at those very elaborate Minecraft architectural 3D constructions that people make, and that is so artistic and that is so expansive and expanding and endlessly creating, endlessly making, endlessly growing. And that is what true art is. That's what modern art is. I made a video yesterday of me painting, but I had to delete it because it was I was gonna call it People of Walmart, the title of the video, but I decided now it's probably not such a good idea because it showed a bit of fat in my back, and fat in the back, that is really not so super attractive, particularly to people who are amazing. They all have very skinny photo model wives, and I am not intending to take them away from their skinny photo model wives. I am just offering some funny 3 cents thought material to this, that's all, and I am just rambling to my tablet on what I like and what I don't like, and maybe, I don't know, maybe someone can pick something up out of that, and maybe it can be healing for someone, maybe it can help someone, maybe someone could relate to it and feel understood. But yeah, so I woke up with very negative dreams and with this feeling of wherever I go, whatever I say to people, I'm shunned. So I look at winners on the internet, and winners like Jeff Bezos, stellar IQs, genius IQs that are off the chart, about way above 200 or maybe 300 or 400. Elon Musk too, and this is only a handful of people. Ray Kurzweil. And I talked to Ray Kurzweil. It was a huge honor for me that he wrote us back and he sent us his book and hand signed. Just like that, I sent him one of my artworks because I appreciate this man so much. And there's such kindness and humbleness in that person that he will write back to a random person, a random fan from these billions of fans who are writing to him. It's quite astonishing that he saw my email. And Henry Rollins wrote back too, and Ben Goertzel has been a great friend, and he has written back many times, and he's so busy, and then he still takes time to write back to a random fanatic woman, fat fanatic housewife, and I think that's very cool. So, yeah, it's those people who I adore. It's those people who I feel inspired by. It's those people who I want in my life. You know, it's someone like this who I want to be with, we be friends with, and it's those people who who radiate warmth and strength and power, and that's because they are truly empowered. Someone who's not empowered will radiate coldness, and then they will encounter rejection, or they will encounter false friendships that are based on mutually played games and mutual fakeness masks and so on. And then they end up crashing, and they end up feeling rejected, and then they blame the other person, or they blame the government, or they blame a specific type of group of people. It's all blamed on them. It's all their fault. Always their fault. You know, it's got to be their fault. After all, they're whatever. They have checkered skin, or they have part patterns on their skin. You know, that's a taboo to them. I actually have a heart pattern on here. I want to show you. Where is it? Somewhere here. Where was it? I think here? Huh? No? Somewhere. I don't know if I can show this video or not. But I have it somewhere. I know I have it somewhere. Here? No. I don't know. I don't think it shows. But anyway. I have a heart. Yes, I do. I have a heart on around my shoulder. I forgot now which one it was. But it is a birthmark. I was born with a heart around my shoulder, and I do not like tattoos, you know. So I have a natural tattoo, and that's very cute. And my mother said that comes from the Mongolian bloodline. So somewhere down the line, you know, if I did a DNA test, it will probably show Mongolian nomads, gypsies, and like a bloodline from Genghis Khan and Vladimir the Impaler. Ooh. So, yeah, but that doesn't mean that those people are dangerous, you know. No, not at all. That just means, well, some of them were con artists. That's not me, for sure. That's 100% not me. I'm the opposite of that. I give everything away always. Possessions and love, and people take. But what I have inherited from them is psychic ability and a hypersensitivity to pick up energy vibrations and other skills that are in the realm of psychic abilities. I can connect with loved ones, and I can connect with souls, and they will tell me directly what they think about this or that person they have been with during their lifetimes. And I can see people's guardian angels, I can see people's auras, I can see right through people when I talk to them in person or on the internet. and and it's not easy, because when they ask me, give me a reading, and I see this horrible, horrible con artist in front of me whose life is just created around conning people out of money. That happened a couple of years ago. I met this guy. He called me Angel. I'm not an angel. I'm an indigo. Angel is a level higher. And he wanted something. I didn't quite understand what he wanted. So I think he wanted money, and that's what it looked like. And so, yeah, he was interested. So I talked to him about certain subjects for a while. But it didn't feel good. It felt like he was just into himself. And when I see people being into themselves, I cannot connect with them. It's impossible for me. It's like two opposite substances that are like in chemistry, that are phobic with one another, that are repellent with one another. I cannot connect with anyone who is bragging or into themselves, because the moment they do that, they created a distance towards the other person. They created a blockage, of an energetic blockage that does not work. And most people, they do totally repel away from me when they see anything about me. Like I saw people, they told me they researched my stuff that I have done, and I don't mind. I don't call that stalking. And I don't hide any. I have nothing to hide. If they can right click on a photo and my articles pop up, that's good. I fully embrace that. What a wonderful thing that is. It's not meant to be wonderful. It's meant to be sneaky. But if they get to read my article, that would be great. If they are repelled by the article, that would be cool. But I know that there's truth in the article, and that truth will latch onto them, and it will sprout at some point in their minds. I know they don't want it, because the truth hurts, the truth is painful, the truth, true love, all of this, creativeness, modern art, that's what people fear, because that radiates truth, and truth will chip away on the foundation of falseness that they're standing on. Their entire lives are built around falseness. Who are they? If that foundation crumbles, then they feel like they're dying. They feel like their mind is dying, or their self, the ego, and that is the falseness. That's the false self. They don't understand that the real self is going to be freed from that cage then. And an amazing life can unfold when that happens. People don't seem to understand that, because they have been ridden by their egos. And that is what a demon is. A demon is the ego. That is the real problem. That's the crux of everything, is that false self, the ego. That's what people don't understand. The very people with the egos are the ones who will call me a devil or a demon. I had friends who wanted to do an exorcism on me. I mean, I laughed and I laughed and and I was also I was also shocked, and I mean, I shouldn't have been shocked because I should have seen that coming, because I knew how these people think. But and they have sadistic streaks, and anyone who does something like this is a sadistic person. They use that as some kind of excuse to hurt someone. Um, they are ridden. They are ridden by that what they call demons. And it's interesting. It's also what the Sai Baba said, that when people accuse someone of something, that in almost all cases, or maybe in all cases, that person is ridden by those very flaws that he is accusing other people of. So it is a projection from themselves onto others. And it's a double standard, hypocrisy. It comes out of denial. So with all of this coldness, one cannot truly connect. There is no true, fulfilling, joyful connection happening. A real relationship, a real sexual relationship that is really fulfilling, does not happen when one person is into themselves, which is always falseness. It only happens when there is no barrier in between, when there is full trust, when I know that, when I kiss my dog and I just got up, I may have bad breath or something. I know that my dog doesn't laugh about me, or he doesn't run away from me. He doesn't reject me because of that, or if I have a spot on my shirt or something, or if I spilled something, he doesn't care. He doesn't care if I have greasy hair or fat rolls on my back. Couldn't care less. So there's true intimacy happening with an animal, because the animal does not create this construction of falseness. That is something the human brain is capable of doing, and it is not a good ability to have. So I guess that's why a lot of those stagnator souls come into the human body, because the stagnator soul, from the stream of sorrow, wants that experience of falseness to happen. It is much harder to do this, to develop that in an animal body, and even harder in an insect body or in a plant body, a tree. It's the embodiment of truth. There's nothing false about a tree. This is true art. So this is when I wake up sometimes, and I look into the trees, because we have these trees right in front of our windows, the entire wall here on that side of the house. And I wake up to the squirrels talking to each other and the blue jays, and I look in the trees, and I often see the paintings by Jackson Pollock in that structure, because of the way the sun shines into the twigs, and I think that is what Jackson Pollock was painting. Maybe not consciously, but he was tapping into that. into the beauty of the infinite, the beauty of the endless interconnectivity of things, the endless interconnectivity of the twigs and branches and the needles hanging from those branches, and the different shades of green, and the sunlight hitting those needles and creating different beautiful vibrant shades of pale greens and darker greens and stronger greens and pasty greens. So it's absolutely lovely. That's the infinite. And then people chop trees off, and those are the ones who are totally disconnected from the infinite, from true art, from love, from truth. Those are the ones who live a lie. I personally would rather, if I lost my job, if I was one of those, and they will always blame the environmentalists for losing their jobs. They lose the jobs because they literally sew off their own jobs by sewing everything off. Once everything is sewed off, then there's no more jobs. Then they blame the environmentalists for it. See that cycle of denial, blame, coldness, and falseness in all of this. No? I flew over the entire north coast, and I have seen what's going on. It's all clear cut, except for a very narrow strip of forest right and left of the 101 freeway, so that people think there is a forest, right? But if you look from the bird view, you see it's all clear cut, not even sustainably trimmed, or yeah, it's completely clear cut. It's just pale dirt and pale logs, and pale brush. That's what you see from the airplane, and it made me very, very sad. And I saw even Republican people in the airplane going to their Republican places in the rural areas. Even they looked at it. I saw them look, and even they were shocked. There was one lady in her 50s, big fat Republican meat eater lady, looking down, and I saw the facial expression. Suddenly she realized what they're doing. In that moment she realized it. I don't know how long that lasted, that moment of recognition of what's going on, but she saw it, and other people saw it too, but they immediately looked away. They didn't want to deal with it. They didn't want to acknowledge it. It's easier not to look at it. Easier not to acknowledge it, and then blindfolded we fall off the end of the cliff. And we're very close to falling down into the abyss. Very close. This is a scientific fact. It's not some kind of alarmist blabber. It is the truth. But people don't want to look at it because it doesn't serve their jobs, it doesn't serve their income, their exploitational income, mega profits, and so on. Yeah, it's very sad, and the true minds, the great minds, the real grand minds in the world, they recognize all of this, and they want to make it better, like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. They want to make it better. And it's those people that I feel like I am so grateful that they're there, and that I get to see them on the internet, and that I can listen to them endlessly and feel a sense of connection and feel like I'm not alone. There are other minds that mean well and that want to make the world a better place, and minds that are much more evolved than mine on every level, soul level and intellectual level, and who really are able to do a lot for the world, much more than I can do with my petty 3-cent comments that I make every day. But it's better to make these comments than not to make them. It's better to educate. And I feel like people are standing in such resistance that they see any kind of educational meaning coming from miles away and they run. They don't want anything educational. They don't want to hear anything. They want to be entertained. It's just about entertainment and blindfolding and looking the other way and holding the cheek and just letting the criminals out and just, that's what most people want to do, instead of facing the facts of it, the hard facts that they're letting criminals out that will continue to rape. And then there are also the other criminals that will continue to plunder and exploit, and no one says anything. And people will be hired by those, and they will work for them in their factories, in their logging businesses, in their butchering businesses. And they work for them as undercover infiltrators. They will work for them as simple trolls that are paid very little, but they take the money and they troll and do anti-educational work to counteract what the people like myself are doing. So, yeah, which side are you on is my question to the public. Do you want to be on the side of making the world better for all, including yourself, or do you want to make the world worse, including your own world? What do you want to do? Do you want to suffer, or do you want to feel good, is the question. If you want to feel good, you have to go vegan. If you want to feel good and rescue your own body and the world, you cannot eat animal skins and meat anymore, and wear skins and crocs and crocodile skins and so on. Buy fake crocodile purses. That's what I do. And they're always shiny and beautiful, and they cost very little money, and they look good, and they don't hurt anyone. So yeah, so that's what I wanted to say. I wanna thank the great minds out there like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Ray Kurzweil and Ben Goertzel and all of these amazing people. I want to thank you all. Thank you, Angel Souls. Thank you for being there. Thank you for doing the best you can to make the world a better place. You guys take care. Bye bye.